Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charlie with 4BZ Truth. I actually wanted to throw a little philosophical thought your way just to kind of see what you guys think. And honestly, I have been kind of thinking about, maybe a little slogan for my Contemplating the Cosmos live stream. And, I actually am pretty sure that the fundamentals of what I'm trying to do with that stream is to test foundations and not necessarily the guests that are coming on. I'm not necessarily trying to test their foundations, but I'm trying to test the foundations of the people listening because uh, basically we fundamentally have a perspective and I also call that a bias. And I want people to realize that uh, when you operate from your bias, you basically shut out all other information unless it validates your perspective. I've done this for I don't know how many years, trying to validate my perspective. And then one day I realized, well, my brother wrote a book. He actually talked about how he was really just comparing evolution versus creation. And he was basically showing that when you're operating from bias, you won't see the information that is presented outside of your bias. Now, I'm just going to say right now that I was that person for many years. And later I come to find, after being exposed to that philosophical thought, I came to realize that I didn't really know uh, anything outside of my own perspective. So I started looking outside of the box, right? So I'm probably going to have a guest here soon, and it's about eating a certain food diet that basically, and this is one of my subscribers that I've been talking to, and I think his channel is called Meteor Man AF something. Anyways, he uh, he has a channel basically, and I don't know if there's any other videos, but he has a channel where he eats food like meat specifically, and fat that's raw and not just raw, but aged, for months. And I saw a video where I think he aged it for like 2 or 3 months, I forget, but and there was like maggots in it and everything. It was nasty looking, nasty. But I took a step back and thought, this guy is not dead. This guy is like, talking about how it's more nutritious. It helped him kick his alcohol, habit. And you know, everybody has perspective. And at face value, that's pretty damn nasty. All that stuff that he was doing. But he had a really good attitude. He was eating. He was kind of choking the stuff down. It was gross, but it was interesting to me thinking you could totally spin things whatever direction you want to spin them. Sometimes it seems like a lot of things are subjective, and I don't like to throw that blanket over everything because um, you know I don't think everything is subjective because some things are absolute in my opinion. One plus one is two, no matter how you want to look at it. So I wanted to kind of put this out there, just a thought experiment, I guess. If you guys have any ideas on kind of a slogan based around, my contemplating the cosmos, I at this point I'm kind of thinking like, testing foundations or um, always be willing to test your foundation or something along those lines. Really, that's the concept of my show. I wanted people to kind of look outside of the box, looking outside of the box and testing foundations. is kind of the idea. So if you're not willing to look outside of the box, that just means that you're biased and you operate from your bias. And sometimes you reject information before you understand someone's perspective. And that happens far too often. And the more that I realize that that happens, the more I realize that my fundamentals need to be tested to see if they hold up to truth, truth, and if they hold up to scrutiny is what I was trying to say. So, if your foundation is tested and it holds up to scrutiny, then it is a viable perspective. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't know what you guys think. Is your perspective viable? Are you willing to put your foundation to the test? I always default back to this, but Matthew 5 through 7, chapter 5 through 7 in the Bible, even if you're not religious, just think about the philosophical implications here. It is considered the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus is addressing, a horde of people, saying that blessed are those, are the poor in spirit, blessed are the peacemakers, or whatever. He's going into the details about why people are blessed. Now, having a blessed life doesn't necessarily mean your life is good. It just means that you're, following after God's heart, so to speak. And that's exactly what it alludes to, because, it says, do unto others as you would have them do to you. You've heard the golden rule. At the end of 7, it says that the wise man builds his house on the rock, and the rain came a tumbling down. The foolish man builds his house on the sand, right? This is a philosophical understanding of how you establish your bias. So if you are not following after Jesus's footsteps according to the will of the Father, then you are venturing and carving out your own path. If you are not following after the footsteps of Jesus according to the will of the Father, you are carving out your own path. So that's kind of where I'm like, when Jesus says, "Depart from me, I never knew you, you who practice lawlessness." I think that he's actually, honestly, I think he's addressing those who are trying to do all these good works, yet it's not written on their hearts. I was talking to one of my good friends. We were talking about the tablets from Mount Sinai. They were never supposed to be tablets written on stone. They were supposed to be written on the hearts of the people, but they would not go in the presence of God because they were afraid that they would die. So the same thing goes for the temple. This concept of the temple, David received a prophecy from Nathan in the book of Samuel. And basically it was saying that your son or your line will develop, or you will build a house for me. And it will not be made of bricks or stone or something like that. Now, the interesting thing is David took that as, oh, well, my son has to build a temple, obviously. And, it's interesting how even King David didn't get it. So I think that in a lot of ways, this awakening that's happening is people realizing that it's never been about the stone building or the brick building. It's been about what is written on our hearts and what is real and what is authentic. It's not, oh, well, I did, some good works. I gave $5 to that homeless guy over there or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways to approach this, but I feel like this is it's a very important topic, very, a lot of implications. I don't know, just some, a little bit of mind dumping. Wanted to kind of get you guys to start thinking a little bit too. So yeah, again, if you have any thoughts on the contemplating the cosmos slogan, I'm not really good at just kind of forcing myself to come up with something on a whim, but I kind of want to start off, kind of giving my little spiel when I do my shows. If testing, um, you know, testing foundations and burning away impurities, or I don't know. There's all kinds of ways you can look at it. So, uh, but again, I'll be thinking about it. Hopefully, you guys have some ideas, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. All right, I will talk to you later. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Depending on how motivated I am to keep making videos, but or if I'm not tied up with other things. But all right, guys, I'm starting to slur and stutter, so I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.